Hello, 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 hello. How y'all doing? Is it Monday? Happy Monday. No, Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Today we are talking about you and another, a partnership coming together. Let's do as we always do, get a little grips of the framework behind this oracle. This is a daily download. It is a timeless reading whenever you find it. My name's Michelle. Welcome to Angel Insight. I hope you come back over and over and over. Please like this video on your way in. It really makes a difference. All right. So I was sitting in meeting with my guides and I heard the song. I heard the words, memories like the corners of my mind. And I was like, I know this song, but I had to look it up. And it's The Way We Were from Barbara Streisand. And so that song came in first to inspire and incite, but also is going to be the energy that I tune to. You might have catch my recent tuning session, which is to transmute with music. So that's pretty cool. So whenever you come into Oracle, we always transmute energies. I'm not really sure why I'm saying that, but maybe it's because you're new here. So welcome. All right, here we go. So, like we said, those were the words, memories like the corners of my mind. What we're talking about here is partnership, collaborating with our power, but also recognizing and collaborating with the power of another. So if you came in here, we had two circles, and then where they overlap is this area of brilliance, okay? If we will, a challenge in every relationship, whether this is a partnership with a project, a person, a loved one, right? There's lots of different things. But it is kind of interesting that I always like to do a little bit of research. And what's super interesting about this particular song is it was written, it received a lot of awards, and the people that wrote the song, there was one criticism that was given in the reception of the song is that the singer, referring to Barbara Streisand, was ignoring the line by line variations. So they were being critical about the singer not respecting the lyrics as they were. And this speaks really loudly, okay? Because this is what we're sinking into. So we're going to be looking at how to shift this relationship into balance and how to integrate the parts of each other. We're talking about alignment, building, and then alchemizing. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to start with the Wildwood Tarot today. Okay, we're going to look at, first of all, what is, the heart of the situation here, right? Is really what we're coming into, what we're going to look at here. And then we're going to look at the shift that's coming in to bring this into balance, okay? Whatever this relationship that you might be wondering about. And like I said, it can be lots of different things. So let's go ahead and shuffle. Let's shuffle in. Let's bring you guys down here for a minute. Let's go ahead and shuffle in. All right. So let's do our first cut. Yeah, that's so perfect. Number 12. How can we be one with the collaboration? How can we understand the reflection? How can we be open to the reflection? Because she's like holding the mirror. She's not even willing to look at it. She's looking the other way. So, and it's like over here we have, in the boat is this masculine energy. And it's just like this, it's divinely timed here. It's time to really allow things to come into balance. This is what we're shooting for here in the distance. Okay. And it's like, what I love more than anything and what I'm getting a message about is like, we're not in the emotional space. Okay. So that's message number one. Really kind of whatever this relationship is, you really want to be, no matter where you are in this moment, coming into balance is about getting above those emotions. So really, sinking into that, willing to look in the mirror. Yeah, look at, wow, there's this, This can be very healing for you when you allow yourself to see the reflection of whatever this was, because what I'm feeling here is there's definitely something going on in this relationship. It is not in balance. This is why we're here. This is why you were brought here. And it's like, how can we bring this into balance? How can we get into the emotions? How can we focus on what we want? How can we really put out there and go within and first of all decide, what is this shift? Look at these 5 cups. I love this. Oh my gosh, I love this because this is what we're literally going to be doing. 5 cups, and then we have this 3. How can we shift? 5 always says shift to me, 3 into balance. So this is so perfect. And it's like, how can we go within and center ourselves, right? How can we know that all of our cups, if they're empty, how can we refill them? Number 1, how can we bring ourselves into balance? All right. That is definitely the center point. And this just gives us clues. Whoever you are watching this, you're encouraged to the Queen of Stones, okay, the bear. This actually just recently came up on another oracle. So if you've seen this back to back, this is, representing you actually in the situation. And it's like, are you willing to come out of that hibernation, out of that meditation, out of that insight, walk out of your cave and say, it's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new life. It's like, are you ready to let what was? Are you ready to accept? And that, oh, you know what? I knew there was something else. Are you, okay, when you truly love channeled message for this oracle, I knew there was something I'm forgetting to share. When you truly love another, you accept all parts of who they are. And so that's where we had this overlap, okay? We had this overlap, and we have this choice, and we can rule like the queen, the best for all, seeing that necessarily not everything is perfect, but taking everything into consideration, okay? And I just gotta say, this has not left the building. On all the cuts, the number 13, how can we renew this relationship? How can we look with a different lens? How can we let these things that have been eating away at us over and over and over, how can we finally let them go? And in some ways, accept them. The journey, and look what's right below that. You guys, I can't make this up. Look what's below that. I mean, you saw me shuffle. Okay, so these are all the cards that we literally just cut to. And it's reminding us of the journey. So, what is this journey with this partnership? How can we not traumatize and trivialize? Is that a word? We're going to use it. What is going on at the heart of the matter? And how can we look at this challenge below that? And are we boxing ourselves? Is this truly something within us that is coming up as a reflection that we see in another? And are we not willing to see that truth? Potentially. And this is the time, my friends. Let's go. Let's look at this a little bit more. We're going to do 3 cards here. So this has been setting up the framework, okay? And if it's resonating, stay here. Oh my gosh. Everything has purpose. And it's like, here's this queen. This is what we're talking about. Yes, taking the higher road. And that higher road is not boxing yourself. That higher road is moving up in vibration, in frequency, seeing the value of all as we remind ourselves that when you truly love another, you accept all parts of who they are. And even though sometimes that can be a challenge, we hope that the same is reflected and that someone accepts who we truly are. And it's funny, I don't often get this, but I'm hearing he who has cast the first stone. It's like sometimes Well, not sometimes. Whenever there's judgment, it creates separation. And what we're trying to do here is find this coming together and accepting. So I love that this is on bottom, the Queen of Bows. You've got the skill. And in a lot of ways, my friend, I already told you you're the queen. You set the vibration. So this hair is not hiding. This hair is not burrowing. This hair is coming out. It's like, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. And it's setting boundaries. It's not boxing itself and wondering, is this what I deserve? Is this what I'm worth? No, it's actually coming up. This hair is setting the tone. And in a lot of ways, that is what sets the vibration. Because when you truly love all of yourself, then somebody else can meet you in that place. Wow, this is gorgeous. So this is a shift. This is a shift. Here's our first card. What are we aligning to? The moon and the water, we're aligning to these emotions. They're coming up to the surface. And we have a chance to choose or to root in and to choose ourself. Okay? And also to reflect on the emotions of this relationship. And if you want to have the healing, how can we reflect on all parts of the situation, no matter where you are at this moment? How can we reflect on the whole picture? Look at this full moon, a lot of enlightenment. We are in a full moon right now. If you're catching this now, we're literally in a full moon or around this time. And so we might be experiencing extra emotions. How can we root in? This is reminding me of Babe, isn't that the blue ox? Yeah, just being in our authenticity. And it's like not being rigid, but at the same point in time, not being the workhorse. It's like taking the time to really honor yourself, to honor yourself. And this is just so important in any relationship, of course. Okay, so we're going to put that right here. And our second card, what are we building? I love how these cards I just did on my Facebook group, Infinite Energy on Facebook. Come find me. I do member only things there, and maybe we'll be starting that here on YouTube. But I love this because this card came in and it was speaks so loudly. And, I'm going to continue to actually talk about this because on the bottom here we have the Queen of Bows. This is what we're shooting for, that higher vibration, that higher perspective. But look at right now what we're building is like we're observing the energy. We're taking a look behind. And there's double messages here, and this is what I shared recently. So if you're getting this message twice, hello, confirmation. Because this is really on your heart, and it's like this stout feels like it's reached the end of it's like I've reached the end. I can't take it anymore. But then it takes a look behind and it's like it looks to the left and it's like looking for that insight, searching for it's like that's what I'm feeling. It's like we're searching to receive a sign. And it's like if you would only look the other direction, you would see that things are beginning to flow. That what was locked up is, and in a lot of ways, because I'm feeling a confrontation here, to be honest. Something is amiss, something is awry. And it's like, I've reached my final destination here. And it's like, no, turn around, get back into center, take a look around, study the environment, study your energy, take a moment for yourself and see what's happening. No longer do you want to box yourself in, okay? No longer do you want to box yourself in, but we don't want to run either. We want to look, right? And this is the time. It's divinely timed, my friends. You can receive this insight. There's a bunch of clarity just below the surface. And in a lot of ways, this confrontation, in many ways, is allowing it to rise for you to decide on the steps that you want to take. So really see that this is something happening for you. And even though it's not happening ideally, there is growth. Okay? There is flow, there is growth. It's just a matter of, first of all, let's get back to center. Okay? Let's get back to center. Yeah, I love this, especially with that left foot up. It's like you're searching for an answer, and maybe this is why you were brought here. Okay, this is why you were brought here. Hold on, let's go a little bit more. I'm loving this angle today. Okay, so the third card, we've got the Green Man. This is so awesome, you guys, because you know what the Green Man does in this oracle is he actually protects the throne of the queen. He waits for the queen to come in and to sit in her throne. And this is what's happening. Are you going to do what's best for all, including yourself? Okay? Including yourself. And you will absolutely understand what this is. In a lot of ways, I'm seeing that there's some ingredients that need to be gathered. A little bit, information here. Yeah. And let me look at this card for a moment, okay? And it's like, look at this. It's like and whatever's at hand, it is just popped. And look at, we're getting a boil. Something's about to come through the surface and pop up and reveal to you. And it's like, as soon as you stop boxing yourself, as soon as you stop fighting with yourself, remember that other card? Let's not fight with who we are inside. Because when we're in fights and judging ourselves, we're totally separating ourselves from ourselves and from others. Hey, Mary, is that you? Okay, I'm reading down. I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. Thank you for joining in the live. This is amazing. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. This is how to shift into balance. So, how can we shift this relationship into balance? Okay, how can we shift it into balance? We've talked about this structure. It's all about deciding the ingredients of your structure. And in some ways, how can your partner come to meet you in the middle if you don't even put out there what you want, right? So there's this coming together of these ingredients. I love this. Let's go ahead and see what the Druid Animal Oracle has to say. We're definitely in the heart chakra for sure, 100%. Okay, definitely in the heart chakra. And I might do a couple shorts on any of these cards that want to jump out to be read. We're not going to read today. I was guided not to do that. Let's go ahead and shuffle in. And what we're going to talk about now is how can we integrate the parts of each other and create, and we're going to look at these cards and we're going to know how we can align to what is best, build that structure between the two. And also, these cards are massive. They're a little hard to shuffle. And also, how can we alchemize? Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look. You see here, we got the dog here. This dog is coming in for lots of reasons. First of all, I just want to tell you, I'm wearing my star shirt. Okay. Those of us that have elements from Sirius star system, I will tell you there's a very huge healing going on. Be loyal to yourself. Be loyal to yourself, okay? First and foremost. And these flowers that are talking, I see the daisy, I see a peony, and they speak really loudly, okay? And it's like there's this shift and potentially a double shift. And it's all about how you're loyal to yourself. And it's like the dog doesn't wonder like we do if it's loved. It just looks for its master. It knows and it waits. And this peony is really showing me that there's something new. And it's like as we saw this burning, okay, of these ingredients and something bubbling to the surface, the peony, or not the peony, excuse me. I'm saying peony, but that's not the flower I'm thinking of. Oh my gosh, holy moly! It actually comes out. It's pink here, but it's normally red, and they talk about it with veterans. Oh my gosh, it's in the movie Wizard of Oz. Poppy, okay? A pink poppy. And so the poppies are the first to grow, but what's after the burn, but also this is pink and it's all about really being loving yourself, having unconditional love for yourself. And look at how the water is settled. And that was really important for us to understand that, we want our emotions to be in check. Okay. So, in order for us to integrate the parts of each other, we want to be in balance. So, that's where we really have to, what we have to do for ourselves first. Okay. And it's like something's calling to you. How can you trust? Trust what's calling. Follow those stable emotions. Allow movement. Listen to the call of your heart. Listen to the call of, of what you want. Hold on to the vibration of what you see in this relationship. And sometimes there'll be others. Notice we don't have a pack here. We have almost a lone wolf, and not because it's meant to be alone, but at the same point in time, it's, sometimes wolves go on their own to really to create their own pack, but at the same point in time, that doesn't feel like this. This almost feels like it, taking time to reflect and then being able to call out to another when the time is needed. Okay. And this could be with that actual relationship. Oh, this is so much better. I should have done it like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's turn things upside down. Let's get this healing. There's this healing here, and it really has to do with you being in your power. Really this I cannot just keep coming back to this queen. Stepping up in the vibration, jumping forward for what you want, right? Let me take a look here. Yeah, this is so beautiful. These mushrooms. We've got this bush really is talking to me right here, this hawthorn bush. I wish I could remember what hawthorn pairs with at this moment. I think it's dragon blood jasper. So it's like, how can we come out of those emotions? How can we look at this frog is wanting to come out of the emotions, right? And it's like at the same point in time, knowing that we're protected, knowing that we can step in out of the water, come out and take a look, see, and see what things are like there. Beautiful. There's so much imagery on here. There's so much imagery. But what I'm seeing more than anything is this growth. Okay? So no matter what's at hand, everything happens for a purpose. And in my experience, friends, especially in relationships with another, especially for those who are growing and stretching, sometimes what happens between you and another is something comes up so that it can be released. And sometimes it comes up with that purpose to create those emotions so that things sometimes it feels like it's falling apart, but at the same point in time sometimes it's falling together, and it has to come up that way in order to create that, in order to rewire in a lot of ways, to rewire your mind and your heart and bring those into sync. Okay, so let's go ahead and see, how do we integrate the parts of each other? Aw, you guys, we have the otter here, and look at, he's looking. He's looking for his mates. Otters, they mate for life. They travel in pairs. They swim together. They do everything together. How can you really take a moment to see, first of all, is this the relationship you want? And if so, come out of those emotions. Every single card is like, come out of the emotions, get on the ground it in, and then it's like this otter is looking for its partner to meet them. But at the same point in time, If your partner's doing the same thing, it can be like a standoff. So how can you take that step in higher vibration, accepting all parts, even the ones that are really hard, okay? Because that's what true love, that's what we channeled. When you really love another, you accept all parts of who they are. All right. Wow. We got the earth dragon. We've got that color yellow, which is really talking about that queendom. Really, I love what this is standing for here. Really standing in your power, but also being in grace. It doesn't mean putting a line in the sand. It doesn't mean judgments. It doesn't mean anything that creates separation. It means putting out there what you desire and believing that you can have it. Believing that you can have it. Yeah, look at all this gold. Look at all this alchemy. I love this. This is ferns again. There's so much beautiful imagery in here. Look at all this beautiful imagery. What is speaking to you? Wow. I see these rocks, right? And it's like I see this abundance here in this relationship. I see the alchemy. I see the future of this relationship. It can be alchemized. And in fact, that's part of what we're doing here. That's part of what we're doing here. So let's go ahead and look. Oh, what a gorgeous card. Oh, man, I just felt a bunch of heat as I pulled this card out. Wow. This seal. This is my first time seeing this card. This is gorgeous. And look at the seal. It has these spots, right? And just the face. I mean, I'm just getting it. Look at the rainbow. And it's like there's these rainy days, but it's like that's what brings out the rainbow. And that rainbow is really talking about communication. So how can we have better communication? You know, I see that plateau out there. And it's like the seal can swim. It can swim through the emotions, spots and all, because those spots to me are showing a little bit of, I'm feeling trauma. I'm feeling maybe some of what's happening. It really has more to do with you. Are you willing to take a look within? Are you willing to communicate with yourself and have the courage to go to that plateau and meet someone halfway? Be your most authentic self. Be in that queendom. Be grounded. This is what's coming in here. Wow. So beautiful, actually. And I see this like carrot, these shells, all these little images here. Let's look at the third one. Oh, wow. Can I just say, are you seeing any similarities here? Oh my God. That reflection. How can we go in and reflect and not in those emotions allow things to rise to the surface? And then how can we and then how can we integrate the energies and manifest this in our actual physical? Wow. This is so cool. How can we bring things into balance? There's that little bullhorn. You know, how can we let the stubbornness, how can we fly and be free in balance? This is that white buffalo. It's just, oh my goodness. I can't wait to do a couple breakouts on these cards here because there's so much symbolism here that I know we'd like to capture. But what I'm seeing here is this bull. I mean, it is literally a reflection of what we have here, like 100%. Are you seeing this? But the difference is, look at the difference in this picture is there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 birds. So there's a healing that needs to happen. And it's like, and that's what I'm seeing, a healing that needs to happen. And this one flies where? Into balance. into balance. Wow. Okay, so with these cards here, let's talk about what we're aligning to. Okay, what we're aligning to, that healing, bringing in what we want to see, looking at the reflections, settling the emotions, and be able to have this healing within ourselves and rooting that in to step into this queendom and to know and to hold on to what we see is for us. This is what we're aligning to. But this structure, what we can build, the structure between another, okay, are these two. And it's like, how can we get ourselves back into balance, right? Look the other way. Now that doesn't mean that's interesting. Look the other way. Because forgiveness is not about looking the other way. It's about seeing a different point of view. And how can we communicate? How can we not let how we've been treated before influence and determine, and in some ways self sabotage this relationship at hand? How can we allow the communication to be our most authentic self, to really be in our power and to not be giving it away? And that means to be in control of our emotions, friends, okay? So that we can swim to that plateau and meet someone halfway, because those rainy days, you can't get the, what's that phrase, you can't get the rainbow without the rain, right? And it's like, you're not meant to be beached here. This is not your happy place. This is not a seal's happy place on the beach. Its happy place is in the water, right? And then the alchemy. How can we know that whatever's happening, there's been this boiling point, something's coming up. But when that happens, when we mix the ingredients, these bubbles, these insights are popping up to allow us to really step into that period of alchemy, initiating that will. Like, look at this golden bowl here, the golden bowl, the golden bull. And it really is talking about putting down that stubbornness, finding the balance, seeing a different perspective. Okay? This is what's coming up here. And I even see a little bit of this seal, these markings in the bowl here. And it's like, and in a lot of ways, this is what I see now. This is very interesting. In this picture where we began, I see you as the bull. And I see this as a time for you to settle those emotions, to allow that reflection, right? To get that healing. And it's like, now that, and I see this as a part of you flying into balance here. And then the bull, to me, seems like the other. So it's like, when you come into balance, the other side of this relationship lays down its stubbornness. There's a whitening within them. It helps them to pull into center. And I love that, because the image that I shared with you is a blue circle and a orange circle. And I love that because I'm from Chicago. Go Bears. Okay. And we had the bear already show up as one of the queens. It's actually something that really shows a signal to me of the queen, a little symbol to me. But when we overlapped the two colors, what we got was the green. And you know what that is? It's right here, the heart. And the heart wants what the heart wants. So how can we allow that? How can we know that this relationship is for us? It's like, you're looking over your shoulder and waiting for them to come. But the message here is, you hold the cards. You hold the cards, my friend. It is all about you getting that healing in that emotional space. And then you set the tone to inspire them. With you in balance, they actually can receive the signal. And this is challenging. I'm not going to say it's easy, okay? I'm not, because for some of you, your emotions are really in flux. But it's like, trust your insights. Trust your thought. It doesn't matter what anybody else has to say. You were brought here for purpose. So if this is resonating with you, do what you need to do to bring this heart into balance, to not box yourself. Don't self-sabotage this relationship because of things that have gone before, okay? And in many ways, remember, okay, this is really helpful because I've been here. Remember that sometimes things come to the surface so that they can just be rewired, so that they can finally be like flattened, right? And it's like, that's what these little ripples are. There's this little catalyst. So I'm getting some hearts here. I'm hoping it resonates. This is what wants to come forward today. Keep a watch on my shorts because I'm really, this oracle is pretty new to me. And I love it. It's so rich and it's beautiful. And I want to share a couple things with you. So keep watch. I think I might be doing a couple shorts on a couple of these cards to go ahead and jump into the deeper meaning. And I think we'll start with this one. So have yourself a great night. Thank you for coming in. Good luck with this relationship. And remember, we started it. I want to end it. When you truly love another, you accept all parts of who they are. Okay? And what was really being highlighted here were these two cards. To get yourself back to center, right? Mary says, I love the decks. They're beautiful. Oh, you're so welcome. And both of these decks are from, the Druid deck, which is this beautiful animal imagery. And then also, and what's really beautiful about this is many times, many people talk about animal wisdom referring to Indians, and there's nothing wrong with that. But some of us are from Europe, and we want to be more familiar with the animals so this is really, it's a kind of a different archetype, and has different symbolism. So we'll get familiar with that. And then, of course, this is also the Celtic knot. So we're in that area really of that heart center. And there's just, this heart has so many different avenues. So bring yourself to center, my friends. Slow that energy. Do what you need to do to bring yourself here. And then take that step when you're ready. We'll talk to y'all soon. We'll catch you on the flip. Thank you for joining Mary and anyone else that is here. We'll see you all very soon.